Day is today, Friday, so I guess we play Sunday. I think we got off to a good start. We shared the ball early and got the ball inside. We felt like we had a big advantage inside. We wanted to get it there, and we did. Justin was phenomenal in the first half. 5 threes, 5 out of 6 in the first half. And the thing is that he's had a great year, not just a really good year. He's had a great year, and he put a little bit more pressure, thought he had to try to do more. And I told him all he had to do was be Justin, and I think that's what he was today. And I think he was sensational for us and also had 3 assists, 1 turnover. But our big guys did some things also in the first half. We had, needless to say, a big margin at halftime, and I challenged them to come back out and play the second half, and I thought we did. We had 6 guys in double figures. We had a huge rebound margin, 54-27, and points in the paint, 52-28, and so we feel good about where we are. But it was just a great job by these guys.
Questions for the student athletes? Any questions?
We can let them go.
Any questions for the students? If not, we'll let them go.
That sounds good.
All right, we appreciate y'all.
I like it, but this is unbelievable. We come here and we have an hour and a half meeting with the media yesterday and practice for 40 minutes, and they like getting out of here. It's good.
Questions for Coach
And if you don't have any
Williams?
questions for me, you will not hurt my feelings either. I made a nice opening statement. I've never had that happen in my entire life.
Lane Fahey, the Paladin. How much confidence does a 100-point game give the team going into Sunday and into the rest of the tournament?
The number of points we scored really doesn't have anything to do with it. It gave us confidence that we tried to follow the things that the coaches emphasized to them, and we wanted to play defense without fouling. The first half they shot 6 free throws, so we did a better job of that. We wanted to do a great job on the boards. We wanted to get the basketball into the lane by pass or dribble, and I think we did that and take advantage of our height. So that gives you some confidence. But there's another game on Sunday. Whatever happened today can give you confidence, make you feel good, but you still have to play that second game.
Roy Archansky, WCHL. You have a tougher game Sunday. Are there any negatives of playing a game like this?
You know, Art, I've won close games and then played great the next game, and I've won by big margins and played great. And we've also did both and probably played sorry. My biggest fear was Joel Berry. All of a sudden, you know how sometimes as a coach, when there's a timeout, you have negative thoughts or he's laying there on the floor kind of thing. And it took me back to 2002. We were 1 playing Holy Cross of 16, and we almost lost the game. But Kirk Heinrich sprained his ankle terribly. And weren't able to get him back in the game at all, and so, but he iced it for about 48 hours, and we played Stanford in the second round and played really well. So but that's what I thought of. But Joel came down on the side of the guy's foot, and Doug took him back, and he jogged some back there, and I put him in for 2 or 3 minutes because he wanted to, and we wanted him to get confidence that he was okay. It wasn't that bad. And also, I think the more you move those things around, sometimes they don't balloon up, and so that was the thought of me and Doug, and I guess he talked to maybe the doctors back there when they were back there also. But we got him 3 or 4 more minutes. But again, you guys that have been around a long time, one year they said, isn't it great you're peaking at the right time in the Big 8 or I guess it's Big 12 tournament. By then we won a game like this, and the next day, less than 24 hours later, we got our butts beat. So I don't know if you're peaking, but I'd rather win regardless. Yeah. You know, my guess is it'll stiffen up a little bit, but I feel certain that he'll be able to go. And he said his mama's here so she can clap her hands together like Mr. Miyagi and put her hands on his ankle, and I'm sure it'll make it feel better.
Front.
Coach, Chris Kelly from CarolinaSportsNet.com in Asheville. Down 10-8, you went on a 16-point run and went up. That kind of, you talked about the play, that kind of ignited your play and it stayed consistent.
Well, I think that was probably, I know 2 of them, I shouldn't say I know, I think 2 of them were Justin's threes during that point as well, and the other 2 were layups inside. But no, I think I did look at the score one time during the first half. I was just concerned about how we were playing, and I saw it at halftime where it was 25, I think. But no, that big run was good for us. But you know, we're bigger, and you got to take advantage of that. And I think we did get the ball inside. I think Kennedy and Isaiah both were really effective for us in the first half, and And I like the fact we had 9 guys play at least 15 minutes, I think is what somebody said.
Coach Vashti Hurd with Carolina Blitz. Arkansas is a team that really plays an up-tempo game like you guys. What are some of the keys to Sunday?
Well, we've got to attack them back. I think, they do want to speed you up, and we want to play at that pace ourselves. We want them to go fast. We want to go fast, but we got to take care of the basketball. They're very aggressive. They play very hard on the defensive end of the floor, so we got to make sure that we don't turn the ball over. I'm always yelling at my guys, attack, 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 and then I pause, and they give me the last 2 words. That's under control. And so we got to make sure that we attack those guys under control. Mike's done a great job with his club. I watched 3 or 4 minutes of their game against Kentucky in their tournament, but I haven't seen very much of them until then. But I know Mike, he worked with Coach Richardson a long time and believes in that style of play. And Nolan and Mike with those teams that had Arkansas, they did it about as good as anybody's ever done it.
In the back on the right.
Tom Welber, WBFT Television in Sanford. Roy, obviously you did a lot of things well, but if there was maybe one thing that you were particularly pleased with today, what would that be?
Well, I think I'd have to say 2 things. One, for Justin to see the ball go in the basket. I mean, he did. He just put too much pressure on himself and tried to do too much possibly, but you love that. You like a guy that tries to step up, but I'd say that would be the biggest thing. But then the other thing is we did try to make sure that we stayed down on the shot fakes, tried to slide our feet and play defense without fouling, and, they shot 16 free throws. The last 2 times we played Duke, they shot 72 free throws in 2 games, and we can't do that and be a good team.
Front.
Dick Cox with Cox Sports Broadcasting. Coach, talk about a game like today where you got a chance to get a lot of young kids, maybe their first tournament experience, where you may need them down the road.
Well, I think we like to play 8, 9, 10 guys and feel that we need all those guys. I was not going to play Brandon Robinson. He threw up twice before the game, but it got to that point, and I thought it might help him a little bit to get out as long as he didn't throw up on the quarter on me. I thought it'd be all right. But he got hit in the stomach, and that just accelerated a little bit of some pain for him, so we took him out. But I do think it's good to get a lot of guys in the game because I play a lot of guys, and they're going to be important to us.
Front left.
Coach Cecil Hurt from the Tuscaloosa News. The rebounding's 54-27. Is that just a function of being bigger, but is it also an effort that you like to see on the boards?
Well, there's no question we're gifted with more size than they had, but I do think it was one of the 3 things we put up on the board that we wanted to emphasize. I mean, I like trying to get as many offensive rebounds as we can. I always say that the game of basketball is really simple. You get the ball, and then I get the ball. You get the ball, and then I get the ball. The only way for me to get more opportunities is to get some offensive rebounds and not let you get some offensive rebounds. So I do think that's important to us, and we emphasize it every year I've ever coached.
Anybody else for Coach Williams? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
I didn't know it had ever happened. I've never seen it happen either. You got waters or they didn't take it? Yeah, they didn't touch it, yeah. No, that's true. I know. Yeah. I know. All right, we'll start off with general comments from Coach Davis, and then we'll take questions for the student athletes.
Well, we knew we were playing probably one of the best teams in the country today, for sure. But I'm proud of my team for what we did this season. Like I told our guys, we can't let this take away from winning more games than anybody's won in school history and winning a conference tournament and the conference regular season. North Carolina is just at a totally different level than where we are as a basketball team.
Questions for the student athletes?
You guys have faced a lot of top-notch competition early in the season. Can you talk about what the difference is with Carolina and as opposed to the teams you faced early this season?
The difference is it was November then and it's March now. So they came out with a totally different amount of intensity. They just play hard. They're just a really good team, man. You can't take anything away from them. I think Coach was telling us about a stat that they rebound like 45% of their missed shots or like opportunities like that. So when like you going up against a beast like that, you just have to take it in each and every play.
Can you repeat that one more time, the question?
Oh, just, the difference between, facing those tough teams early in the season and facing this Carolina team. What was the difference between Carolina and some of the other teams?
I mean, during the regular season, I think that playing Baylor and Cincinnati, I only played half the non-conference schedule, but playing those teams, they're tough. And then going into the SWAC, I mean, it was a little bit easier, but I mean, I don't know.
Any other questions for the student athletes?
Can you guys just talk about your overall experience of just getting into the tournament and just the experience coming from an HBCU and being in this big atmosphere?
Honestly, it's just a big target on your back when you come from the SWAC. So you're not a top 5 conference like that. So like when you come in, you already got all odds against you, and everybody's cheering for you and hoping for you to win. But like the challenge is so big, like when you go up against a team like North Carolina, because this team is like already one of the teams that's projected to win the tournament. So when you coming from the SWAC, like a team like us, they're bigger, they're stronger, they're faster. We can't have too many lapses as a team. So once you have one mistake and you have 2, and then it just keep building and keep building. And you look up at the shot clock, you're down 10, and all of a sudden you look up again, you're down 15, and it's hard to come back from that, because a team like that, they're going to constantly keep doing the same thing over and over and over again.
Any other questions for the student athletes? All right, guys, thank you very much. Go back to the locker room. Questions for Coach Davis?
Patrick Obley from the Fayetteville Observer. A player like Justin Jackson, I think a couple times he had some open shots, but he put up a lot with a hand in his face. What makes him such a special player?
Well, he's from Houston, and he's homeschooled. And I've been knowing Justin for like 5 years. When I got to Houston, he's put the work in. He's always been a really good basketball player. Mid-range is second to none, but he improved his jump shot. And I watched him and John Lucas work out a lot, and he stuck with it. He could have easily not got distracted, but he was projected to come out of college 1 year, 2 years, whatever. But he is a worker, and it pays off. Like I told our guys, he's not going to miss an open shot. If he misses it, it's not because of anything other than he just missed a shot, because he's put the work in. It's not luck. It's not getting hot. It's just doing what you're doing every day. And like I said, I've been knowing him for a long time, and he's probably one of the hardest workers in the country.
Thank you. Cecil Hurt from Tuscaloosa News, head coach. Coach, you've taken a team as far as you can take a team in this tournament. Didn't you have a game like this where you didn't make it past the first round? But is the feeling sort of the same if a team's giving you everything they've got to give you? You do sort of at the end of the year, do you have the same emotions regardless?
Well, the reason we play those non-conference games, because we all set goals, and you need to know if your goals are real or not, if you can accomplish the goals. And we play Louisville and all those guys, and you'll know when we start our conference games if we focus, if we playing at a 10 effort, 10 toughness, and at a 10 on alertness. And this year we was able to win in our conference playing at like a 5 and a 6. And like I told our guys, in this event, no 5 and 6 effort or toughness is going to win these games. And so today, if we'd have been in our league, we would have won the game today. But unfortunately, when you go 10-10, then they score just before the first time out, then they're going to run, and then we come back and make some good plays, cut it to 11. The next thing you know, it's 19, and you come back, and the next thing you know, it's 20. Well, you have to, if we don't win a game in our non-conference against a big Power 5 school, then it's going to be very tough for us to compete at this level against those teams. And unfortunately, this year, we lost to Louisville and Baylor and all those guys by a large margin, and today was no different. But this team today, I think after playing Louisville and playing Baylor, and it's unfair to judge them because we played them in November, but that team we played today was unbelievable.
Hey, Mike, Mark Bradley from Atlanta. It was 15 years ago that you took down another school from the ACC, your Indiana team, and
was it that long?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. We were younger then. But when you think back over your career arc from Indiana in the Georgia Dome against Maryland for the title, and now Texas Southern's 16 seed against North Carolina. What do you think exactly? Do you think I was there and now I'm here and that's it?
Well, what's so special about it to me is I understand the feeling. I know what it takes. And trying to get your team to understand it when they don't see it on a regular basis is difficult. And for me, I just feel like, you know, from tomorrow when we get back all the way through next year, I'm going to be preaching and coaching about the effort you have to give, about the work you have to put in. I know the feeling, but they don't know the feeling, so it's really hard to count and get them to see it. And then once we play our non-conference, they forget it because we've been 16-2, 16-2, 16-2 the last 3 years. So we've only lost 6 conference games in 3 years. But I feel like this is the first team I have back next year, other than Marvin Jones and Stephen Bennett, and we have some big guys sitting out. So I told our guys, don't forget how hard it is, and don't forget how hard it is in April, May, June, July, August, because we'll be here again next year. We'll be here again next year. But if we don't change the way we approach everything, the way we work, then the results will be the same.
Any other questions? Thank you, Coach.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.